Is it assault or a fall? Nice.
Noise.
Nice.
What an intro. Arrowhead to Orchard Park. This is Tables and Tailgates, your somewhat weekly Chiefs and Bills podcast, reactions, predictions, league surprises, and more, all stirred up with the energy. Tailgate. Grab a drink, fire up the grill, and let's talk football. Welcome back, Tables and Tailgates fam, to Wildcard Weekend, episode 17. Before we get this show going, we got to give a huge shout out to all our new subscribers and followers, and of course the OGs who've been riding with us from the start. You could be anywhere in the world right now, but you're here with us, and we appreciate you for that. Best way to support the show, hit that follow button, smash that like button, subscribe, share with your crew, and ring the bell so you never miss when new content drops. New episodes drop every Wednesday-ish, wherever you get your podcasts. We have made it to the postseason. Some would say this is the most electric weekend in sports, and that is Wild Card Weekend. I would argue it's probably the divisional round, but I digress. We've made it to the elimination games. Will Buffalo come out on top, or will the Jags shock the world? Will the Panthers make a run to the Super Bowl, or will Matt Stafford validate his MVP season? All these questions and more coming up on this episode. How you doing, fellas?
Good.
Excellent.
Quick question. Is that vent? Can you hear that?
I don't
know what we're supposed to hear.
There's
I hear it.
Yeah.
That little hose right there. Whenever someone starts up a rig. When one of the rigs gets started up, it kicks on this whole fan system.
I didn't think you were supposed to have hoses there.
There's some hose. There's some hose in this house.
Fire department and hose? No way. Listen, before we dive into all of the matchups, and I want to shine obviously a light for the Bills fans on that big game coming up this Saturday. The first slated game, Bills and Jaguars. I think we have some NFL topics to talk about. First off, we've got to address the Chiefs news, and that's Rashee Rice might be a big piece of shit. His girlfriend went on Instagram. His baby mama of two posted some pictures. The NFL has made a statement that they're investigating things, and that's kind of where it's at. I don't really expect any news to come out of this anytime soon. As far as we know, there is no police report filed in either Dallas or in Kansas City. So this might just take a little bit of time to kind of figure everything out. But where I think just from the Chiefs standpoint and the football point of view, listen, Rashee Rice is I hate that it's this way, but if you're a great player in the NFL, teams will typically look the other way. Rashee Rice is not that. With all the other incidents we've had with the journalist and the car accident, it's hard for me to picture a world where Rashee Rice is on the Chiefs after this coming up year. If he was, it would have been heavily discounted, but with all of this, I'm not so sure. So it's still early. The NFL used to just go ahead and suspend players with allegations. Now they kind of wait until the courts pick everything up. So we'll see what kind of plays out here for this. But not a great look for Rashee Rice, who's known as a role model in the Kansas City community.
So, is he really considered a role
model? He's definitely not. He's not. He's got that Tyreek Hill appeal. So getting that out of the way, other news around the NFL, Mike McDaniel has been fired. Absolutely shocking to nobody. I suspect, even though the Dolphins don't want to say it, that they're really hoping to get John Harbaugh on. It makes sense. Things did not end well for the Dolphins, and John Harbaugh is going to be a hot commodity. If you're not happy with your coach, I would call John Harbaugh as well. There's very few teams who shouldn't be. And with that, I think it's a quarter of the league now that has head coaching positions open up. I think it's 8 teams now are looking for a head coach. So if I had my way, we would bring him in Kansas City on as an OC, but I can't imagine that's super appealing to Mike McDaniel. So we'll see what happens and how that all plays out.
Well, I will say Mike McDaniel, sources have said, and this is from Ian Rappaport, that the Lions have reached out to Mike McDaniel about their vacant offensive coordinator position.
That makes sense.
That's old Ian Rappaport. We'll see.
It definitely
He'll be a
makes
great
sense.
OC somewhere. I think he'll be great.
I think
he's willing to let his pride down and step down from head coach to OC.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that he's going to have much of a choice. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how the head coaches go, but for me, just everything I've gotten off of him, I think he just, they're just some coordinators that are just coordinators, and that's fine. Like, that's a hell of a way to earn a living. There's nothing wrong with being an OC, and that just might be what Mike McDaniel's best at. So we'll see what happens.
And another crazy one, flipping that whole role with John Harbaugh. The Ravens requested a head coach interview with Robert Saleh.
Really?
Yeah, that's come from Adam Schefter about 4 hours ago.
So then, if I'm Mike McDaniel, and this actually makes a lot of sense for the Ravens, bring in a defensive-minded coach, and then hire someone like Mike McDaniel and go, hey, you're going to get Lamar Jackson, you're going to get Derrick Henry, you're going to get a hell of a team. You take that part of the team, we'll take the defense. That honestly, if I'm Mike McDaniel, that's the best spot in the NFL is the Ravens.
So would you take Robert Saleh as the head coach and then Mike McDaniel as the OC?
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
I like it. It's wild.
There's really not much else. I mean, the thing is since they've changed how they do these interviews, it's like after the 20th that they can start doing in-person interviews in the NFL. So I don't expect us to see any head coaching hires for a few weeks until we're getting closer to the Super Bowl. So no real news there, but who knows? I mean, if things do not turn out well in the playoffs, we could have a couple more vacancies open up if the Steelers lose. Maybe it's time Mike Tomlin finds a new team. And I know we've talked a little bit about the Bills. Obviously, if things don't work out for Buffalo this weekend, then maybe we see that opening. And if that happens, I think that would be the best job available. I don't think anybody would argue that. I could easily see a world where Harbaugh ends up as the head coach of the Bills. I think Bills fans would probably really like that. So
I would love that. I would be very shocked though to see Buffalo let him go.
McDermott?
I just don't see, even if they fail. Here's my thing, where if I was the owner of the Bills, he would have been gone last year. As soon as that, I get where you're getting us, but you just can't get over the hump. It's either you or the GM. I have a sneaky suspicion that it's both. That Sean McDermott cares too much about players' feelings than winning football games. It's more of a family. He tries to keep it more family friendly, fun. Like, oh, we're just like a podcast, right? Just BSing. And it's like, no, dude, the fans want a Super Bowl. I know these guys do, but it's either that or then look at the GM spot, not making any moves in the trade deadline, knowing that everybody's been asking you all year. You had this big fit on the radio about, oh, you guys complain about the wide receiver position. Look what we're doing. You say you trust him, then afterwards you start talking about how you were trying to look for a wide receiver. That doesn't look good, dude.
Yeah.
When you've been asked all fucking year long about this, and now all of a sudden I would be shocked if they move on from him. I really would.
I don't know. I think it'd be the right move, but you're right. I mean, obviously, you know the ownership better than me. So let's get into this game here. This is obviously so. In my mind, I think this is the game of the week. I think whoever wins this game has a really good shot at representing the AFC. And I
Yeah.
realize that saying that about the Jags is absolutely crazy, but if you've not been paying attention to the Jags, they've had a hell of a team this year. I think they're one of the best constructed rosters. They have a lot of really good young players. And this is going to be a really tough matchup for the Bills. As it stands right now, the Bills are the opening favorites. So 1.5 point spread, and the over under is 51 points. So they're expecting this to be a bit of a higher scoring game. Is kind of surprising. It's a bit of a pick 'em, but the Bills haven't won a playoff game on the road for like 30 years. So
Yeah.
this is
I think 92 or something was the last time
yeah,
we won it.
yeah. It's been a minute. So how are you feeling about this matchup? What's the thoughts?
I think it's the best matchup for these two teams. And this is like an S-Bob deal for Buffalo when we're talking about the coaching from now this side, where as a fan and what I've seen is if you lose this game, there needs to be a house cleaning very quickly when it comes, because if I was the ownership, I would look at it like this. Look at the coaches that are sitting out there right now that need John Harbaugh. Swear the second they lose this game, if they're not on the phone with John Harbaugh bringing him to Buffalo, Buffalo's never going to win the Super Bowl if they let Sean McDermott go. But I truly don't think I think the ownership's too deep in bed with this guy. Looking at the game overall, the Bills secondary matches up very well against the Jags pass defense. Um,
You
the
mean the wide
Jag,
receivers?
yeah, yeah, sorry, no, the Bills secondary, yeah, lines up really good with their
Right.
pass.
Oh, and I have a
Uh,
correction. This game is Sunday, by the way. I'm sorry. I read that
yeah,
as
Sunday at
Saturday. This
noon.
game is Sunday at noon. Sorry. Go on.
James Cook in the run versus the Jags run defense is going to be another huge matchup to look at because the Jags are the number one in the NFL when it comes to the run,
Hmm.
shutting it down. Um, so a lot of things have to happen. Buffalo's got to figure out the pass game. There's a boatload of injuries. I mean, too many to. They're all unspecified right now if they're going to play, but Josh Allen's still on there because of his foot. But they've already said that it's even um, a lot of inside Buffalo's organization has been talking about how his foot is fine. It's a lot better than it was. It's back to normal. But some of the big ones to look at, Terrell Bernard came up with a calf injury. So he didn't participate Wednesday or Thursday. He probably won't be a go. Max Harrison did something to his ankle in that game. He's probably not going to go, or safety, or sorry, cornerback. Ty Johnson, something happened with his ankle that just popped up. We didn't see him in the walkthroughs. And so he didn't participate Wednesday or Thursday. Josh Palmer. I've been saying this all, the best abilities availability is fucking Josh Palmer, dude, who couldn't be available to fucking save his life. I could be like, dude, I need you to play in 5 games in a row or you don't get paid. The dude might as well go flip burgers at McDonald's because he can't do it. It's ridiculous. Limited participants, too much. Too many to name. We'd be here all day. Um, so if you look at the injury report, it's it's the typical Buffalo Bills team coming in to the playoffs every year with a laundry list of injuries. And then you go look at just look up Buffalo Bills injury report on the Bills website. Look at the Bills laundry list. Look at Jacksonville's. And if you look at it, I mean, Buffalo has what? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 players on the injury report. 16 of them. A lot of them are come back full participants, whatever, probably whatever. But Jacksonville, 6. It's typical Buffalo in a nutshell. It's hard. So this game's going to have to be won by controlling the clock and minimizing turnovers. And Josh is very good in postseason when it comes to not turning the ball over. The Bills play a good complementary football, don't have a lot of penalties, and they're able to control the clock very well. But then it all breaks down, and I went back and kind of watched a lot of the AFC Championship games, just like not the whole thing, but people had little skits of like Buffalo's AFC Championship games. They look rushed. They look nervous, unprepared, worried, something when they play Kansas City, or even if you go back to the Bengals game. It's like they get there and everything just stops. So I think it's going to be a hell of a shootout. And come down to the wire. It's going to come down to who's able to generate those turnovers. And I think Jacksonville's turnovers, ridiculous. I think they said they've had like 70 or something ridiculous. Don't quote me on it. You could look it up, but in 17 games, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's insane on defense. So that's scary. Buffalo's good at coughing up the ball, especially when they get pressured or they're down early. It's like when they play from behind, Josh wants to be superhuman when he doesn't need to be. So
you know that from the Jags' perspective, they've been on a heater and they've looked really good. And the funny thing is, I think a lot of it can be attributed to them bringing Jacoby Myers on, and Travis Hunter kind of taking a little bit of a backseat here a little bit. I know he was kind of. A lot of people thought he might be the shoo-in for the Rookie of the Year, and he just has not panned out well in any regard. I haven't, and I don't think any of us really have watched a lot of Jags footage, but sometimes when you're going into the playoffs, it's not necessarily about who the best team is, and it's about who the hottest team is. And if you look at the Jags, the last loss they had was to the Texans on the 9th. They then go on to beat the Chargers 35-6. They beat the Cardinals 27-24, beat the Titans, beat the Colts, the Jets, the Broncos, the Colts again, and then Titans. So yes, they've played some pushover teams, but at the same time, beating the Broncos is a pretty big accomplishment. And beating the Chargers as bad as they did, pretty big as well. So Trevor Lawrence has looked the best he has so far this year, and they've put together a really good team. Their defense has obviously been pretty phenomenal as well. So I guess my question is, does this game impact Josh Allen's legacy one way or the other? If they lose this game, is that really going to set him back? Or is it one of those things where sometimes a game is just a team sport? I mean, you can only do so much as the quarterback. I know we've talked a little bit about the deficiencies the Bills have had, and you shockingly put their season as a D. You graded it a D, which I did not see coming. What does this game do for Josh Allen's legacy? Anything? One way or the other?
I mean, this is the worst team Josh has had around him since he's been there. One of, if not the worst. I mean, would you go year one? Like, since Buffalo going to the playoffs, this is the worst team they have fielded. Do I think this is would be all on Josh. We've got to start getting rid of this. Josh does no wrong. Like that Patrick does no wrong or any other player does no wrong. Like at the end of the day, we have to look at it and tell ourselves, yeah, Josh is only one person, but if the rest of the team's not going to step up and help, why should he go out there and kill himself game in, game out, day in, day out? I feel like that's what happened to Patrick this year. So to answer it, yes and no. It's the worst team he's fielded, so no, I really don't think it's going to. But if nothing changes in the leadership, uh, like upper office, like head coach, OC, DC, the DC look, I think the defense is phenomenal for what they got. So I'm happy with that. Other than the run defense needs help.
Mhm.
But I would say if he loses this and nothing changes next year, Sean McDermott's got his job, Brandon Beane's got his job, we go through half the year next year, and you still see Josh saying the same old thing through media. Oh, I trust everybody. I trust our coaches and all that. No, I'm done with it. Boogie, he's one of the guys that it does a lot of the Bills post game press conference. He's one of the media guys that goes out there and and when 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 they do, um he started asking the hard questions to Josh, and there was one, I think I saved it. I'm not sure if I did. I'll have to go look at it. But what he said to ask the question to Josh, I even said something from the tables of tailgates. Thank you for starting to ask the questions that people want to hear, not what Buffalo wants you to say. So we'll see. I can go both ways.
Yeah.
I think if they get dog walked, I mean, if they just go out there and come out flat and nothing gets done and they just get whooped, then
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
Did you just
110%.
did you just say you go both ways, Tom?
Yeah. Tom goes
Yes,
both ways. You got that on record now.
you do. I will say, if they don't fire Sean McDermott, you'll have a lot of pissed off fucking fans.
So let's do this. Let's get into Bills win if, Jags win if. And I
Okay.
want to hear from everybody. So here's my line in the sand. This is what I think will be the biggest indicator on if the Bills win or lose. I'm going to put it about 120, 130 yards for Cook. I think if the Jags defense keeps him in check, I think it's going to be a long day for the Bills, and I don't really see them winning. On the flip side of that, I think that's it. I think this is a very classic better team versus better quarterback. I think the way the Jags are constructed, I think it'd be hard to argue that they're not the better team overall and they're the hotter team coming into this game. But there's nobody else in the playoffs outside of 57-year-old, Aaron Rodgers that has the sort of playoff experience really that, and obviously Matt Stafford too, that Josh Allen has. So I think it's going to come down to the line of scrimmage. What are your thoughts? And Jimmy, I want to hear from you as well.
Yeah, I don't know much about the Jaguars. I know that their defense is pretty stellar. So I think if they are able to get the ball moving, because as we've seen this season, the receivers, some of the receivers for the Bills are kind of not doing what they need to be doing. So the run game is crucial for them. I don't know why the horn keeps honking behind me, so I apologize. But
Oh, I can't even hear it.
uh, as for the Jags, yeah, I mean, I don't mean to try to just sound like there's an echo in here, but they are they finished the season hot. They're coming in hard, hot, and ready to fucking go up against the Bills. They always make it to a step before the big dance, pretty much. And this is like their time to shine, prove it all game, I think. Sorry. I'm at work, so they were kind of messing. My captain.
Captain, my captain.
Uh,
That's amazing.
But, I think it'll be a really. I think at the end of the game, it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be. I think for obviously Tom, and then for Josh Allen just seeming like a nice dude. That'd be cool to see them run. Why do you do that? Why are you standing right there? Because we go somewhere else.
Because they want to hear.
They want to
No,
hear.
no, they
They want to
don't.
hear.
They can't hear anything.
That's why
Only
people
me
tune in.
talking. Wow. But yeah, no, I think it'll be a pretty. I'm excited for that game. I really am. Because I think whoever they play next, I mean, the other four teams is Chargers, Patriots, and Texans, Steelers, right? And then you have the Broncos. But
Broncos.
Texans, Steelers, like for the Bills, I wouldn't be too worried about either of those. The Patriots would probably be a mildly fearful one for you guys, but maybe not. But anyway, for this game,
Yeah.
I think it's going to come down to the wire. I would like to see the Bills win. Because the Chiefs aren't in it, I would honestly would not mind seeing the Bills go all the way, just to make Tom happy.
Okay.
And then we'll deal with them for like a year.
No, you know what? That's a great. I want to segue into that when we talk about the other teams, the other games, and we'll make that quick, obviously, because we're not focused on the other teams here. But I do just think about. I want you to think about who you're rooting for in the playoffs and who you're not rooting for in the playoffs. But Tom, what are your keys to victory here for the Bills? And then I want to get into predictions.
So I agree with you. I think this is going to be. Josh has said it. They've said it a lot, and I agree. We have to be a dual threat. If the run game can't get going, we have to get the pass game. The only thing I'm scared of is the fact, again, our tight end room has been the best, and they can't stay healthy. Dalton Kincaid right now has been a limited participant all week because of his knee. He just cannot get healthy. Josh Palmer, is he not even going to go at this point? Like, who in the wide receiver room is going to actually step up and actually work in the pass game? Because if the Jags are able to just stop the run, and I agree, I'd have to say that if they are able to stop the run and hold James Cook to I would say under 100 yards. You said 130. I'd probably go 100 yards. It is going to be a rough game because not a lot of people are scared. Buffalo's wide receivers can get separation, and they do. I just feel like Josh keeps looking for this, for whatever stupid reason, the biggest plays. Like, oh, they're out there. And he even said it in one of his interviews that I was watching yesterday. He was like, well, when you're playing in the post or in the regular season, you kind of get this mindset that, oh, there's another game, we have another game, we'll be okay, we can always bounce back. That is the worst fucking way to think about it. You should always think about it as where Buffalo's going to win is how Josh has said it before. I just got to stay clean. I got to take what the defense gives me. Buffalo's able to do that, and the Bills are able to keep Josh clean in the pocket, which shouldn't be too bad because Buffalo's got the best offensive line in the league, in my opinion. Take what the defense gives them. Don't get too scared to go deep. And control the clock and don't give the ball away. And we should be fine. I see Buffalo win at that. I see us losing if Josh is the turnover machine. People keep doing stupid shit, dropping the ball. trying to go for those extra yards. So you've seen Josh doing it. You've seen James Cook do it a little bit, a few other guys where they want those extra 2 yards or extra yard. They're trying to play like the Giants, and they end up turning the ball over. Or you get a long 3rd down, and all of a sudden you're just like, shit, they snapped the ball. They just went fucking 18 yards on a 3rd down. Like, you've got to play good complementary football. So, and Buffalo has to stop the Jags throwing. If we can't stop the pass, and that's one thing I'm worried about with Maxwell Hairston being out. Yeah, he's still a rookie, but God, I'd love to see the guy in there for this game. He's been playing good, but Trey White's back. He's been playing really good. Like I said yesterday on the podcast, he's been playing really well. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. It's going to be great, man. It's going to be a really good game to watch. 2 really good teams coming in there to play, and we'll see what they do. I'm just hoping that Buffalo has been hiding a bunch of stuff. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
There you go.
Doing the old
I
Andy
will
Reid
say,
special. Huh?
Yep,
Yeah.
saving it for the playoffs. I will say that if you go back through the Bills' recent playoff history and a lot of those losses, a lot of it really isn't. I mean, obviously, like, quarterback takes some of the blame, but I would argue it's the defense that's let down the Bills in every game. The failure to stop the offense in crucial moments has been the downfall of the Buffalo Bills in every playoff run that they've had. So it's very important that when the need arises, you can get the
You sound like a Bills fan. I'm sending you a jersey. Jimmy, I don't have one that fits you. Sorry.
I will say this. I just saw
I'm too fat.
wild stat. The Jaguars are 0-23 in games with a total of 49 or higher since 2007. 0-23 in high scoring games, basically. So if you're the Bills, you got to do what you've been doing all season and run that some bitch up. Well, let's get into predictions here. I'm really eager and excited to hear what everybody is thinking. And I'll go ahead and just be the bad guy here.
He's going Jags.
I am going Jags. I will say this, though. I think it's just.
Oh, look at that. He got muted for some reason.
Well, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah,
all right, hey,
I'm kidding.
So listen, I think whoever wins this game is going to be representing the AFC.
And you'd rather the Jags represent the AFC?
I don't really care. I don't really care.
Can we just kick him? Here, let me just.
Okay, but hey, to be fair, listen, I got to represent the Chiefs fans here. I got to say this. Chiefs fans, if Josh Allen wins the Super Bowl this year, I want you to be prepared for a whole offseason of everybody talking about how the new GOAT is Josh Allen. It's going to happen. No, you shake your head. Bro, you're going to hear it.
I will.
And selfishly, you kind of don't want to hear it. They'll say that Patrick Mahomes has fallen off, that he sucks.
And all that
Josh
shit.
Allen they're going to put Mount Rushmore's up. It's going to be Josh Allen and Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. I'm just telling you, as a Chiefs fan, that's what you're going to be living through. So selfishly, I kind of don't want to hear that narrative all off season.
I would rather it go like this. And I agree with you. If this was an AFC Championship game in Kansas City, Buffalo came in and dog walked Kansas City, went to Super Bowl one, then yes, because I'd be like, dude, the first Super Bowl we won was, say, the last AFC Championship game. Buffalo wins it. Or and Buffalo goes to the Super Bowl and wins. That's the first Super Bowl you won, and Kansas City had a fucking great team. Went on to win the Super Bowl. Then, yes, we could talk like that and say, damn, maybe Josh really is the dude, and these guys are going to go back and forth. But it's not like that.
But it's still
it's 100% going to happen. It's 100% going to happen. So
I feel like it would only be with him, though. I don't think any other quarterbacks
Yeah.
no matter who else
Obviously, we
wins.
didn't hear that like Jalen Hurts, but yeah, I think people
Yeah,
have
it's
been
gonna happen.
clamoring for Josh Allen to be that dude in the NFL, and whatever. Like honestly, if that's what happens, that's fine. Um, it's I just selfishly don't want to hear it. But listen, I'm not even taking that into account. I just think the Jags are the hotter team. They're the home team. I think that they've got the better roster. I think they've got the better defense. I think the only few areas that you can argue that the Bills have an advantage over the Jags are I'd give it slightly to McDermott because he has playoff experience. Obviously, your quarterback is better, but as we talked about, the prince that was promised has actually had a really phenomenal year. Josh Allen obviously is going to take the dub. He's going to get the advantage in every matchup in the playoffs, right? The rest of the field. So, no, obviously, you guys have an advantage with the running back room. Outside of that, the Jags have a really great wide receiving room. I, I'll give it. I'll give you guys the offensive line, but I'd say the Jags have got the better defense and the defensive line. I just think it's
I'd
going to
say we
be a
probably have a better.
battle.
God, I would say both our secondaries are. Yeah, I agree with you. I think the only other thing you could say would be a complete scratch would be the secondaries,
But it would
how they
not
played this
shock
year. But
me if the Bills win this game. Now, I mean, I think it's going to be probably the best game of the weekend. I something's got to break here. I think it's going to be a higher scoring game. Do I think the streak of the Bills losses on the road or the Jags not winning high scoring games, one of those has got to break. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I don't
he's
even know.
second.
I don't even know. This is tough. I think this is probably the hardest game to predict. I'm just going to go 28-27 Jags. But I don't know. Would I be surprised? No. I would not be shocked if the Bills won this game at all. I wouldn't be shocked if the Bills dog walked the Jags either, but I don't know. All right. What do you got, Jimmy?
See, I think it's going to be. I think the score is going to not reflect how close the game is. I think like my
There's going to be
prediction
some
is,
backdoor points or something?
yeah, and I think it's going to be 38-28 Buffalo. But I
Woo!
think it's going to
Yeah,
come
that's what
from
they're
like
coming.
some last second
2
stuff
minutes.
that like makes it look like it was a much bigger blowout than what it really was. I think it's going to be a very, very, very good game, a dogfight,
Okay.
personally. But I have the Bills 38-28.
All right.
Tom, what about you?
Tom, what do you got?
I have, and then before we go on, I have a
106 to 3
little farewell.
Buffalo.
Millie, Bills by a million. No, I have it 31-27.
Okay.
I think it'll be I think it's going to be at the end. I think it's going to be close.
I think it's going to be really close too.
And then there at the end, I think Buffalo's going to. I
Fair
think
enough.
I think what's going to happen is Buffalo's going to get to 31, and this Jags team's going to start coming back, like crawling their way back, and it's going to get really close. Time's going to run out. Hopefully.
All right. So
Because I
before we,
can't keep
yeah,
I can't keep going with all the stress. But I do want to say this, and I had a thing brought up yesterday that showed you it was a farewell to Highmark, or as I would say, should we call it Rich? I knew it as Rich Stadium. But the Bills went 16-3 in playoff games at Highmark Stadium. The Packers, Cardinals, and Buccaneers are the three teams that have never won a single game in that stadium over the 50 plus years of its existence. So there you go, honey. Your Packers have never won a game at Highmark. Neither of the Cardinals or the Bucky Bucks. 31-27 Buffalo.
all right. So before we
I
get
just
into the rest of the games,
realized
I want to,
the
yeah.
conference championships are on my birthday. That'll be exciting.
Oh,
Too bad we
there
can't
you
watch because
go.
you guys have to come to my birthday party.
Yeah. Where's it? Chuck E. Cheese this year?
Where is it?
No, I'm not allowed to Chuck E. Cheese anymore.
Oh,
I don't know where it's going
I
to be.
knew it.
Somewhere
Do you have to
exciting.
work that day?
Fuck no.
Liar.
Anyway,
He's a liar.
sorry.
All right. No, you're good, man. Listen, as Chiefs fans, obviously our team is out of it, but I want to hear, Jimmy, who are you rooting for? Do you have a team or two that you're rooting for? And then tell me a team or two that you absolutely would not want to see win the Super
I'll
Bowl.
start easily with a team I really fucking don't. I want to see them get just, I'm talking no spit, ass
Philly.
raped like a motherfucker. Sorry. Okay. Two teams. Thank you, Tom.
Okay.
Philly
Wow.
is one
All
of
right.
them.
Fair.
Um,
Same.
and the Bears.
Whoa.
Wow. Wow.
And it's
Well,
all
that would be
because
one.
I fucking hate Caleb Williams.
I do too.
So I'm fine with the Packers going on to the next level. I think though from the AFC, you're not going to like this a whole lot, Dave. But I mean, two of them are division rivals. Can't root for them
Yeah.
personally. I know some people are like, well, they're in our division. We should root for them.
No, I
But
hate that line of thinking.
I, in a strange way, and I think it's just because the person who leads this team seems like such a nice, genuine guy. But I would be okay if the Bills won it all this year. I could
Okay.
see myself cheering them on, probably because I've watched more of their games than all the other teams, just because of this podcast. So I don't know if I would say I'm cheering on anybody, but if the Bills won it all, I would be excited for Josh.
Wow. All right. Well, I have opposite answers of you. So
Well, you
listen, I'll just go
live
through the
with a Bears fan,
Well, I've
so you
always kind of
probably want
been.
them to.
I do
Win the
like the
Super
Bears.
Bowl.
My wife is a Bears fan,
Gay.
and I love me Luther Burden. I wanted the Chiefs to draft him so fucking bad. The Bears need to use him. We'll talk a little bit about that game coming up, but so on the NFC side, I am rooting for the Bears. I obviously would hate it if the Eagles won for a couple reasons. The biggest is like I just don't like the team. I don't like the fan base. I don't like the coach.
Oh, I can't stand the coach.
Quan Barkley's probably the only person on the team I even kind of like, and that's about it. Uh, for the AFC, can't obviously root for the Broncos. I don't really have any beef with the Chargers, but I don't know a single Chargers fan. I I just recently seen they existed when I was down in Dallas for the. I just happened to be next to the stadium for the Cowboys Chargers game, so I've seen them in person, but never really seen them before that. I I don't mind the Jags, but I gotta like the Texans. Like I like their quarterback. Their social media is great. They're funny as fuck. I don't know. I like their team. I like Daniil Hunter.
I
Uh,
do love the high five with the Texans owner.
yeah,
Did you see?
Yeah.
Is that the video you're talking about? When
that's pretty good.
CJ Stroud, you know what I'm talking about, Tom?
Yeah,
The
where
owner
he just
sits
keeps
like
going like
this, and
this.
CJ Stroud walks right past him. So they just show the
Yeah.
owner for like
The
the whole
very
next
next
day, just walking around.
day, yeah.
Got it.
Oh, that's great,
Oh, that's good.
man. I don't know. I don't hate the Bills, but I just would not want to hear the conversation all off season about Josh Allen. I'm torn. You guys can, you know what? That's fine. I can be the resident like person that people hate. I'm okay with that. That's not any different from real life for me, so not a big deal. Let's get into the rest of these games. I'm gonna take it.
I don't want any of the NFC to win. Let's just
Well,
say that. I
let's
don't
just say
definitely don't want to see the Eagles win, the Bears or the Seahawks.
I would
And on
love
the
if the
AFC
Panthers won
side,
it all. I think it'd be hilarious.
that would be the
yeah,
funniest thing. That
that
would
would
be
be
the
fun.
funniest possible outcome.
I'll tell you the AFC who I would if I want Buffalo to win, of course, but if Buffalo goes out, I definitely don't want to see the fucking Patriots win it. I would rather see the Texans or the Broncos. Just let the Broncos have it.
Oh,
Let them have
no,
it.
thank
Let
you.
them have one.
No, thank
I'd
you.
rather the Chargers and the Broncos if I had to pick.
Same.
But I don't want the Steelers because I don't want to give Aaron
Justin
Rodgers any more
Herbert's
hype. I
nice. He
hate
he
him.
talked to me and Dave when we were on the field that one time.
You did. You did.
Okay, well then there you go.
Talk to us peasants. Let's just dive into the rest of these games. Let's make it quick here.
All
The
right, let's
first
start at
game
the
of the
top.
weekend is the
Good.
Rams and the Panthers. And I don't think we really need to talk that much about this game. I don't think there's anyone out there who's taking the Panthers seriously in
I
any
am.
sort of capacity. You picking the Panthers this weekend?
Yeah, sure.
He's picking the
No,
Panthers because
the
that's what he
fuck
wants to
you're
play in the
not.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, why not?
My gosh.
It'd be an easy
Um,
win.
no, I think the Rams are going to clobber them. I don't think it'll not look like a playoff game at all. I think that's
So
the
let's just
only game of this whole playoff season that will be a wash, like a nasty game. Personally,
so I'm just gonna so everybody's picking the Rams, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
We don't really need to talk about that one too much. Okay. I'm not even gonna worry about scores.
then
I
we
don't
got
think
both
it'll
of
be
your
close.
wives' teams. We got the Packers against the Bears.
I think the Packers will win that one.
What
Okay.
about you, Dave?
I think the Bears are gonna win.
Is both of your
I think
guys'
the
wives
Bears are
standing there with a gun, just sitting right here?
yeah,
Like, you better
yeah.
fucking
No,
say
she
my
don't have a
team.
gun. You better
I
say it.
I don't even so the issue with the Packers is like how healthy is Jordan Love really? They've had a lot of issues on the offense. And it honestly looked like they were better ran with their backup quarterback. Uh, I think the Bears have a good shot at winning this game, especially if they do utilize Luther Burden. But who knows? I mean, the Bears don't typically tend to play until the fourth quarter, so I have
Bears
no
suck.
idea.
I don't like them. I hate Caleb Williams. I hate everything about him. If he broke a hip, I wouldn't be happy. But look, I say it that way because I'm trying to be a better person, okay, and not
Oh,
wish
so
death
for
and harm on
Chiefs fans
players.
out there, a certain bald-headed somebody over here wished an
Over
ACL
there?
tear on our beloved quarterback the week that it magically happened. So,
No, it was the day. It was
To
the
be
day.
fair,
I'm sorry.
he
Sorry, thank you
wishes
for
it every
correcting me.
single time.
That
Yeah,
is true. He
and that's
Oh,
says
why.
a lot of
shoot.
interesting things
Sorry.
to about people.
And then he gets mad at us for going, "Why aren't you rooting for the Bills more?" I don't know, because you wish my quarterback died in a car accident or whatever the fuck. That's probably
I
why.
wish death, like, it's bad, dude. I wish death
It
upon a
is.
lot of players all the
It
time.
is very bad.
Yeah.
No,
Who's
the
the
All
Bears
right.
next?
Packers
Who's the
though.
last game in the
I
NFC? Yeah, Bears.
I think the Bears unfortunately are going to win that one. I would rather them not, but
Oh,
they
okay.
I am not a fan of them at
Jimmy
all.
said he
And
likes Krisha better than you.
Well, to be fair, we live
what are you
closer.
doing? What are you doing right now? I love all my family members the same. There's
He says he
Now,
loves
there's
now
Krisha
he's
more.
lying. Now he's lying on the podcast. That's
that's not true.
wild.
That's
He's
not true.
That's
I
lying.
love them all the
wild.
same.
He said he would
Mm.
rather the Bears win because he doesn't like
No, I said
you
I
or
think the
the
Bears
Green
will
Bay
win.
Packers.
You better take your headphones off and let her hear what I'm saying. I'm about to get some death texts over here.
Holy
Um,
shit.
no, unfortunately, I think the Bears will win this one. I think, like, with uh, Green Bay being slightly banged up and some of their stuff, I just don't see. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be
No,
interesting.
I'm on the same page. I think that'll be one of the better games of the weekend. So, okay, so just to recap, Tom's obviously got the Packers, you and I have the Bears. Now, let's get into the 49ers Eagles. I think this is going to be one of the
Niners.
more is that just like
I
a
hate the Eagles. No, I
well you
don't think the
well
Eagles are worth a fuck.
okay,
Sorry.
you can hate the Eagles and I hate the Eagles too. I think we all are certified Eagles haters on this channel. That's one
Uh,
thing we can definitely unite over. However, that I'm not asking you to pick a team because you hate the other team, you got to pick a team who you actually think is going to win. So you're telling me you think the 49ers are going to beat the Eagles?
Yeah, I could see it. Hell yeah.
I mean,
I
is
could
that who
definitely
you're
see
picking?
that. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I feel like the Niners have been, even though with a lot of the injuries, like they've been playing great foot, right? Like they've been playing decent teams and winning and playing some really good football. The Eagles are hit and miss, like they've been all year. It's you get them a little shaken, a little behind the sticks, and something's happening to them where they just fall apart.
I I don't know. I I think the Eagles are the best roster in the NFL.
I don't think they're going to be
And
able to stop Christian McCaffrey.
I think they're going to win. And I think they're going to win pretty handedly. So for some stupid reason they decided to set their starters with the number 2 seed on the line. So they kind of had a mini bye coming into this game in a weird way. I just think that I hate to say it, I think they're the team to beat in the NFC. Now maybe I'm wrong, but there's really no holes
Wow, so you
in
wouldn't
their
even say
team.
Seattle? You'd
No,
say
okay. I
Well,
I
for
I like I like Seattle, but we're just talking about
for this the team, but you saying they're the team to beat in
I
the
I
NFC.
think
So
I think the Eagles and the Seahawks are the two best teams in the NFC. I don't think it's crazy to say. But the thing that scares me with these Seahawks is that you just don't know what Sam Darnold is going to show up.
yeah,
If you take him out of it, if you said, "Hey, you're going to get good Sam Darnold," then I would take the Seahawks to probably win the whole thing. But I don't know. What are you thinking, Jimmy? Who you got?
Eagles 49ers,
Yeah,
I obviously would love to see the 49ers win. I think that they keep winning even though they're injured and they don't have all their chess pieces. I think a big factor on how that game's played is if Trent Williams plays or not. Because they played the Seahawks, and I
right.
think they played the Seahawks pretty well. But Brock Purdy was getting annihilated
They only
because,
scored 3 points though.
yeah, but it's not like the Seahawks scored 50. What was it, 13 to
Yeah,
3?
but it was 13 to
But
3.
I think that if Trent Williams plays, which I think he's kind of a tone setter for the O line, that helps in a way. And the 49ers, though, they've just been finding ways to win games that they shouldn't win. Unfortunately, I do agree with you that the Eagles team is stacked. Their roster is stupid. Um, and if they do win, I can't wait till they play. I'm hoping the Seahawks eventually, and then prime time, Sam Darnold shows up and fucking annihilates them or something. I don't want to see them win again.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't want the players. I don't
Another
mind honestly.
offseason beat.
I some of the
well,
players like Saquon, I love. Jalen Hurts is an OU guy. Love him. Some of the offensive line guys are awesome. Like they have players that I like, but it's just their fucking coach. If he like would just shut the fuck up at time, he
yeah.
probably wouldn't be as bad of a dude.
I
But
don't.
I'll say this: what you have to look
Yeah.
forward to. Yeah, the Trent Williams was a limited participant today. Uh, but on Philly's side, Jalen Carter is still
the hip.
trending like this, and Dallas Goddard with his knee is still, limited. So those are two huge takeaways. And I think they even had one of their guards, Landon Dickerson had a bet rest. He's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But Brett Toth, another guard they had, um,
And Philly's Lane Johnson.
Lane Johnson. Yeah. So depending how healthy, whoever's more healthy coming into this, I just feel, One of the big things San Francisco is going to be without, I believe, is Ricky Pearsall's not going to be in there. I seriously don't see him being ready. Keon White and D Winters, their other linebacker. I don't see those. They might. I don't know. We'll see. But
Yeah.
Ricky Pearsall's a big one.
He's been their over the middle threat this season. He's been a really good safety valve for Brock Purdy. So I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting matchup, but I think the Eagles are just the better team. So we'll see. I mean, everybody else is kind of picking them, the 49ers. So we'll see if I'm wrong. But next we got the Chargers and Patriots. I don't think we have to spend a lot of time on this one. I want to give a shout out to the Chargers for making it as far as they have, for literally as banged up as they are, losing multiple tackles and all the injuries they've had, and it seems like their quarterback has just been beat to shit this year. But I don't think the Chargers. I don't see a path in the Chargers winning this game. Foxborough is a notoriously hard place to play. I mean, could Drake May just shit the bed his first playoff game? It's possible, but I really like what the Patriots have going all together. And it's just hard for me to picture a world where the Chargers upset the Patriots. But maybe I'm alone in that regard.
I'm right
I
there
think
with
it's going
you.
to be close. I think it's going to be close. It's going to be really on if Hunter Henry's going to actually. He had a non-injury related vet rest or something, but there was talks in the rumor mill with him and Kayshon Boutte that Kayshon Boutte probably won't be ready to go with his hamstring.
Haha, booty.
Robert Spillane is now a full participant linebacker, but the big thing is to look at that offensive tackle side, and their defensive tackles on the Patriots are DNPs for illness. Something's going through that locker room right now that people are getting sick. So I'm wondering if that's going to handle itself quickly because I mean, one, two, three, four or five guys did not participate all week so far because they've been sick. How sick are these guys? Like, if they're really sick and they're going to come out and just be flat, that's going to give the Chargers a hell of a thing. But then you also got to look at Keenan Allen's back. He'll be good. Um, Again, his was a non-injury vet rest. A lot of guys, Khalil Mack, he's getting a little mini rest. I think it's going to be close. I want to see the Chargers win just because me being a Bills fan, I truly, truly, truly hate the Patriots. I love what um, I love what they got going over there with Drake May. I think he's going to be a phenomenal quarterback. I love watching that dude play. It's so much fun. Getting to see him throw dimes and get out and run in the pocket. It's really fun as a Bills fan. It truly is. So we'll see. I think it's going to be really close, though. I want it to be very close.
Yeah. So you're taking the Chargers in the upset of the
Yeah,
year?
I have to. I think it's going to be an upset. I think New
That'll be the
England.
first time a 2 beats a 7. Or a 7 beats a
Yeah,
2.
I want to see it.
Yeah, well, we'll see. All right, and then so Jimmy can get to college football playoff. We'll go through this one pretty quick, I think. Texans and Steelers. This is just honestly the weirdest matchup to me. I really don't have a great feel for how it's going to turn out. I think the Texans are the better team, but at the same time, they got 30 points put on them by the Colts. And let's see here, what was there? I mean, they've played really close games the past few weeks, which could be beneficial. I'm not sure. I think they're a solid team. I think they're the better team, but you know, this is probably who knows with Aaron Rodgers. Maybe it
How
is his
well
last
did
year in the
T.J.
league. So
Watt play that last game?
I think he had a
Did
couple
he? How many
sacks, didn't he?
snaps did he have? He played
Uh,
good coming off that lung. So that's a
yeah,
huge thing to keep watching. Look,
he didn't
man,
actually say.
Jalen Reed
Yeah.
though has been limited participant because of his forearm. Who's the other side? I think he's okay. Trying to think of their big guys on the defense.
For who?
Texans. I know Jalen Reed's one, isn't he?
Yeah, Rankins, Autry. For the guys that are injured.
Nico Autry. Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, on the
We have
defense,
Daniil
I think.
Hunter.
Yeah, Janelle Hunter. Yeah.
You got
But
two
Looking at
corners.
those,
Will Anderson Jr., another stud. They have a really
oh
good
wait,
defensive line.
Oh, I thought you were saying they were injured. I'm like, whoa, I'm not seeing that on their website. But Jalen Reed has been limited. Really, truly think I don't see Pittsburgh beating Houston. If Houston plays decent football, I don't see Pittsburgh being able to keep up with them. Especially,
kind of
dude, they get over there and hit Aaron a few times. Bro, he's gonna have that same look. Remember when his
It looked
helmet?
like elder abuse.
Remember his little helmet where his thing was? He's all like
Yeah.
freaked out. Yeah.
Classic.
I want to see that. No, I'm not a big
Yeah,
Cameron Hayward guy.
I got Houston in this one as well. I think the Steelers will be just outmatched. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I think they'll win by a score and a half. At least.
I think this is the most even field we've seen in a while. And it really is a testament to the NFL this year. I think the only game that we could see is really a surprise is you can talk me into basically any of them. Like if Chargers won against Patriots, I would not be super shocked. The one game
Yeah.
I would be surprised is the Panthers and Rams.
Panthers.
But I mean, the Panthers did beat the Rams in regular season, right? So it's completely possible that they win. But I just think in a playoff setting, that just isn't feasible. And the
Yeah.
Panthers ended the year pretty poorly. So what a wild playoff field. I think it's going to be an exciting weekend. That's for sure. All right. Well, this has been a fun one, guys. I think it'd be a pretty good time. We're right at the hour mark. Before we kind of wrap this one up with a bow, any crazy playoff thoughts? Anything anybody want to get off their chest?
Mm,
All right.
no.
Good stuff.
I'm just trying to look through. Did I send it to you? It was a video said Coach McDaniels showing off his tape to all the NFL. Did I show you that? I don't know if I sent it to you guys. If not, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I've seen a video similar to it.
It's the one where D, or the guy that was the football player that runs the one-on-ones, the little white guy that's cutting everyone else.
Wait, didn't I send that to you guys?
You may have.
Yeah,
I thought I had
you
sent
did.
it.
Yeah.
You may have.
Yeah.
He's like cutting everybody up.
I learned today that Mike McDaniels is like 43. Bro, I had no idea.
There's
I thought he was
no
in his
shot.
30s.
Are you serious? No way.
Oh, he's in his 40s. I heard that somewhere. I thought he was like, he's 42, dude. He was born March 6th, 1983. I thought
he's
Bro
older
was in
than
his
I am.
30s.
Mike McDaniel's older than me.
Yeah.
I thought the dude was young.
I thought he was too, man. I thought whatever he's doing, he's got to keep it up. But
I mean, it is what it is.
well, I'm excited to see how the wild card weekend plays out, and I'm excited to see what conversations we have for the divisional round. But first off, again, another huge shout out to our new subscribers and followers, and of course the OGs who've been riding with us from the start. Thank you for watching another episode of Tables and Tailgates. You could have been anywhere else, but you were here with us, and we greatly appreciate that. The best way to support the show, hit that follow button, smash that like button, subscribe, share it. Oh, the glasses are out with your crew. And then ring that bell so you never miss when new content drops. New episodes drop every Wednesday-ish. wherever you get your podcast. We'll see you back here for the divisional round. That's going to do it for us. And as always, from Arrowhead to Orchard Park, maybe New Orchard Park, thanks for joining us on Tables and Tailgates. Until next week, keep smashing tables, keep tailgating, and keep loving football.